Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining. Today we are discussing in the episode third about the Kerala Blasters FC and I am joined by the Nirmala Mishra, Juni, and we will be discussing about the Kerala Blaster FC, its preparedness for the new season and the deciding factors can affect its performance. I will start with the Nibla to talk about basic information he has about Kerala Blasters FC.
Hmm. Yes, so Kerala Blasters FC for the past few seasons since reaching the final in 2016 have been underperforming to say the least. They have they have had a good squad for every season they try to make a good squad, but at the end the result is just not there. And they have been changing managers as well and have been changing foreign players every season, but there are some positives as well, like the growth and development of Sahal Abdul Samad, who has been with them since 2018, if I am not wrong. Then there has been Jessel, who has been quite a good player, and they have a few good players in their ranks. And now again, this season they have changed their coach and they have changed their whole foreign core. So Kerala Blasters fans, who are one of the most passionate fans in India, will look at their team to perform well this season. But the start of the season has not been very like not been as they would have liked, if I would say. The atmosphere around the club is negative to say the least, because they didn't do very well in the Durand Cup, even though they didn't send their whole first team, but uh, the other ISL clubs did better than them. And they also recently failed the licensing criteria. So if I would say, like, the atmosphere going into this ISL season isn't the best for them, but I hope that with the performances on the pitch they can turn it around.
Okay, what are your views, Juni, about the team and team
Yes,
selection?
I have high hopes on the team selection, especially the foreigner like Adrian Luna and the Marco Liskovic, the new center back of Kerala Blasters FC. He
Mhm.
would perform well, and Adrian Luna, the attack midfielder, he performed very well in the Durand Cup, and we are looking forward to see him perform in the ESL very well. And high
Oh,
hopes, only high hopes this season for
okay.
on Kerala Blasters.
So, Nimla, what are your views on the foreign contingent of the Kerala Blasters FC? Where do you see they are lacking in the foreign department, whether it's striking or midfield?
I feel after, like, last season they had Costa and Kone,
Yeah.
and they played their first match against ATK Mohun Bagan.
Mm.
And I remember in that match, Edu Garcia and Roy Krishna started as strikers, but and for the whole match they kept these two players quiet. These two, who are actually one of the better players in the ISL. And
Yeah.
and finally Roy Krishna, with his individual brilliance, scored a goal. But they were quite solid to say the least, and I thought that Costa and Kone would be the best defensive partnership in the ISL, but that didn't turn out to be like the truth.
Mm.
So like, now they have gone with Sipovic, who
Yeah.
was at Chennai FC previously,
Mm.
and they have gone with Leskovic, who is from Croatia, if I'm not wrong.
Unknown to the Asian region, actually.
Unknown to the Asian region, but he also plays center back.
Mm.
So from the get go, you can see that they are looking to play two foreign center backs, because if you look at their other center backs, they are not much experienced except maybe Abdul Haq,
Yeah.
who had played a few matches, and maybe Sanjeev Stalin, who they have brought in, who mainly plays as a left back but can play at center back as well.
Mm.
He has played for the yeah, Leskovic has played for the biggest clubs in Croatia. He has played for Dinamo Zagreb as well, and as we know from Sandesh Jingan's team HNK Šibenik, like, Zagreb is the best team in Croatia.
Croatia. Yeah.
So he has played for basically the best team in Croatia. in the last season, and he has done well. He has done well. Uh, so this recruitment is something I would like laud the Kerala Blasters management for. But the recruitment of NS Sipovic is
Is
something which
yeah,
surprised me.
yeah,
Why it surprised me? Because NS Sipovic and Elisabia formed a defensive partnership for Chennai and
Chennai
FC
FC,
last
yeah,
season, and but both of them were good when it was in the opponent's box. They were heading the ball,
ball, yeah,
and they are a good aerial threat. But while defending, which is basically the main work of a central defender, I found Sipovic lacking.
lacking, yeah. Basically, players were easily passing him and
Yeah,
scoring goals. Also, mistakes he did caused penalties and free kicks. So that must be a problem for Kerala Blasters if he doesn't perform well. Whom they count upon next? Their Indian contingent is not good. So I would,
not good at center back.
yeah,
Like Indian
yeah.
contingent is good, but not good at center back.
Yeah, basically set up. So I will ask Juni about the
Huh.
selection of Sipovic and his views about the Indian defenders in the team.
Yeah, Sipovic has very big high height, and Leskovic too. And they will be very good at aerial strikes. And when a long ball is coming, they can act well. They can react well. And under Ivan Komanovic, I think it will their performance will be very sorry, very much better. And um, hoping very well on sports, and I have seen last season's performance on Sipovic, and now this Leskovic and Sipovic combo will act well on the defense on the centre back positions of Kerala Blasters FC, and I think this will be the best defense of the best centre backs of the season. I'm hoping that, but I don't think it will be possible, and it's I'm looking forward to it. Sipovic and Leskovic, they will make
On
a
the Indians
good.
Indian defenders in your team.
On the yes, Abdul Hakku, as you said, so he is a good defender. He is more experienced. And if I tell that Sandeep Singh first played as a centre back for Kerala Blasters, and then he turned as a right back.
Hmm.
So Sandeep Singh, I think Sandeep Singh will also be as equal as Abdul Hakku.
So where do you
Mm.
see Harmanjot Khabra playing?
Yes,
Midfield or
exactly.
defender?
This is one player we I missed out on completely.
Hmm.
So I would like to add here that Harmanjot Khabra is one of the wildcard signings of the season. Why I am saying this? Because Harmanjot Khabra is a player who can play all across the defense line. He can play at left back, he can play at center back, he can play at right back, and if need be, he can play at defensive midfield also.
Yeah,
So Harmanjot Khabra is would be very important to Kerala Blasters, because at the end of the day, you have to trust like with the four foreigners rule. If Kerala Blasters find that they are lacking on the attacking side, like if they want to play Luna, Alvaro Vasquez, and Jorge Pereira Diaz together, then they will have the option of going with only one only one foreign center back.
Foreign centre back and one Indian centre back.
Huh. And then I guess even with Abdul Hakku in the team, I would trust Harmanjot Khabra.
yes. But with his pace and it's almost I think it's his peak is gone in that department.
His
So
peak is
maybe as
gone,
a
but Harmanjot
maybe
Khabra,
a, yeah,
if you have to compare Harmanjot Khabra with the players Kerala Blasters have currently, and with the experience Harmanjot Khabra has, I don't think like he will be very out of place when he plays
no,
for the plays
yeah.
at centre back.
As a center back he may be good. I do think that but on the other fronts like right back and a
Hmm.
defensive midfielder, I don't think he finds a place in Kerala Blasters because they have very much experienced players in that department and youngsters like Jigsan Singh uh,
Hmm.
and Stalin also. So Okay, so let's move to the striking department or midfield first.
So
Foreign contingent.
let us just complete left back and right back because
Okay,
all we discuss is center back.
okay.
So in left back, Kerala Blasters have three great options, and out of which two of them will actually four great options, and out of which three will compete for the starting spot. Okay, and those four options are Nishu Kumar, Jessel Carnerio, Dhenachandra, and Sanjeev Stalin. Now, according to me, Jessel, Sanjeev, and Nishu will battle for the starting spot, and I think Nishu will be starting.
If
Like
fit, fully fit.
if fully fit,
Yeah.
Nishu should be starting because Nishu is a like Nishu has ISL experience, to say the least. He has done well in the ISL. Same with Jessel, but Jessel again, the thing is that I don't think that Jessel is better than Nishu. Although Jessel is a very good player, but I don't find him better than Nishu. And Sanjeev is a young player, and I think that he will be used less this season. And as he stays longer with the club, he will in the long run he will come to become the left back of Kerala Blasters.
Hmm.
Not this season.
Okay. So on the right back front, then I will go to
Juni,
Joni.
can you would you like to say something about the left back spot?
Yeah, I will prefer Jessel Carnero more than this Nishu
Okay.
Kumar and Sanjeev Stel. I have trust on Jessel Carnero because in the 2019-20 season, he played a good part, uh,
Mm.
like a fullback, and he was attacking, going with the ball, and providing high balls to Bartholomew Ogbache we have seen in the 1920
Mm.
season. And I think this year, Ivan Lukomanis will definitely try Giselle Carnero on the squad, and he will be in starting 11. I think so.
Okay. On the
Okay.
right back front.
Right back, I don't think has that many options here, and I think Sandeep Singh will be the right back because his performances towards the end of the season was really good. He's also an attacking right back. His crosses are very accurate, and he's a good right back actually.
Okay. So what
Yeah, we
about
have seen a
under
lot of
23 player that is playing for the national team? He is also
Uh,
the right back.
Ruiva,
Yeah, Ruiva.
but I think he's more a center back than he's a right back, if I'm not wrong. Right. So even he can be used, but I think that with all the options Kerala Blasters has, there is less chance of him being used this season.
Okay. Uh,
Like
Joni,
ideally he
what your
should be
is?
used, but as the number of games are very less, so I don't think the coach will take a chance on him.
Okay. Joni, your views on that?
yeah. On the right back position, I prefer Sandeep Singh as the previous season because we have seen a wonder goal on the 21-22 season. Sorry, 2021 season that of Sandeep Singh provides a cross from the near to the box, and Gary Hooper shoots a
Hmm.
wonderful goal past Arindam Bhattacharya, and I think that shows all his quality. Sandeep Singh's all quality is shown on that. He has like Jesse Carnero. He is also an attacking right back. He will attack to the wings and he will also provide the ball. So on the both sides, Jessel Carnero and Sandeep Singh is the best option, and they will contribute in the attack.
Second option to the right back, will it be Harmanjot Khabra or any youngsters in your team?
Uh, Harmanjot Kabra.
Okay. Your
Harmanpreet
addition to
Kaur.
that, Nirmala, anything you
Hmm.
want to add on that part?
No, I think their right back thing is a bit lacking, if I would say.
Hmm.
So means left back they have a lot of options, but right back they don't have many options. But Sandeep Singh is a good ISL quality right back. I think he will do well.
Okay. So not now goes to the midfield uh,
Yeah.
with Adrian Luna, Adrian, and any other foreigner which is
In
good enough.
midfield, I don't think they have any other foreigner because they have other three foreigners, which is Alvaro Vasquez and Jorge Pereira Diaz, and they have Chencho Gleitsen, and they are all strikers. So
Diaz also striker.
Diaz is also a striker.
So they have only one player in the midfield, foreign player in the midfield.
One foreign player in the midfield.
Mm.
Adrian Luna.
So
So
when
like
you
Adrian Luna, I would say something about him,
mm,
that I have a uh, like last season, they like when we have seen that there is a attacking midfielder playing in Kerala Blasters, like Vicente Gomez played in attacking midfield, but then after that Vicente Gomez was told to sit in central midfield more rather than attacking midfield. Like when there is a foreigner playing in attacking midfield, you are just curbing the ability of Sahal Abdul Samad, because Sahal Abdul Samad is one of the few Indians who can play as a central attacking midfielder. We have seen FC Goa trust Brandon Fernandez as the Indian CAM, and no, I don't think any other club has Indian attacking midfielders. And the only one who can be a attacking midfielder after Brandon is Sahal Abdul Samad. So if Adrian Luna plays, then you can't have two attacking midfielders. So either Sahal has to go to the wing or Adrian Luna has to go to the wing,
okay,
which is something problematic. And if you look at their like midfield options, then you will see that the midfield options are quite, are not uh, very deep. Like the depth is not there in the midfield. So if you want to play with two defensive midfielders in a 4-2-3-1,
yes,
then you have to play Harmanjot Khabra and Jackson Singh at CDM. And after with both of them at CDM, you have to play in the front three. Like you have to play Adrian Luna, Sahal Abdul Samad, and you have to play someone else there.
okay,
So, and if you do that, then one of Adrian Luna or Sahal Abdul Samad has to play on the wing,
hmm.
which is not their best position, if I would say.
Yeah. If a coach goes by the formation 4-2-3-1, then you
Hmm.
think they don't have many options because
Even with 4-4-2,
they
because
don't
if
have.
they go with 4-4-2, then like they have to take two defensive midfielders, I feel.
Yes, yes,
So if they take two defensive midfielders in 4-4-2 as well, then they will just have one like two wingers.
hmm.
So like finally whatever they go with, if Sahal and Adrian Luna has to play together, then one of them has to play on the wing,
Hmm.
which will not be great for the team, if I
Okay,
would say.
okay. Anything you want to say, Juni, on that department, midfield of your team?
Yep. Uh, I want to prefer Adrian Luna. He's an attacking midfielder from Melbourne City FC, and he performed well third too. And as an attacking midfielder, we have already shown viewed his performance on the Durand Cup, and also we have three foreigners on the attacking position. So Chenjo, Jorge Pereira Diaz, and Alvaro Vasquez. So as I can say, Adrian Luna is more capable of doing passes to the uh, striking position. Wait.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, if you don't play Sahal Abdul Samad with him, so I think he will be left alone in the midfield to whom he will pass and how will collect because
Yeah.
defensive midfielders are not good at the passing. Uh, I don't think they have good passers on the team, especially in the
Yes,
midfield department.
even Harmanjot Khabra is not a very good passer.
Yeah.
He is good at defending, but
Uh,
he's not a very good passer.
Also at crossing, Harmanjot Khabra can be good because he
Hmm.
crossed well during Sunil Chetri striking from the long
Huh.
balls. So
In Bengaluru.
yeah, in passing, I think don't think he's a good player. So so whom you want to add more in the midfield department?
Okay, so one thing I would just like to say, that we are joined
Jeremy.
by Jeremiah,
Yeah,
who is again another like Kerala Blasters fan.
and
So, like I
admin of
would,
the tactician page also.
we'll come to the tacticians page
Yeah,
in like at the end of the live stream. So, Jeremiah, if you could like unmute yourself and like open your camera.
yeah.
Same with Juni.
Germany, you can start with the right back and left back department of your team. As we are discussing midfield, so you can count that too and express your views. Then we move forward with our views.
Yeah. So, if you could just say a few words on your team's defense and your team's midfield.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, fine. The thing is that
Can you just open your camera? Like
sir,
everybody.
actually now I am outside, so
Oh, okay,
now
okay, no
okay,
problem.
okay.
I will say my opinion, my stand on that. Compared to last season, there is less hype in the defense department because NS is doing some good thing as we seen in last year's Chennai FC campaign, and Leskovic also he's also a good choice. But the thing is that there was no hypes in this both two defense departments when compared to the other players like Luna or Alvaro Vasquez and other players. Okay, and the thing is, I expect both of them to perform well, and because of their capabilities, especially NS is already he's set to the conditions of Indian football, and he may uh, he can adopt to India. He can adopt to Kerala Blasters soon, and I think he has a good sync with the players of Kerala Blasters, and I think he's very extremely happy to join the team too, and because of his height and his defensive abilities, he will do more. And yeah, coming to Indian players, Roiva and Sandeep is the watch-out players of Kerala Blasters because last year Sandeep was well in his position, even though he was performing as a center back.
Yeah,
I expect him to play in as a right back, and Nishu also is also there. Jessel and Vinci is also sometimes
okay,
coming
Vinci.
to the back, and
Hmm.
okay, this is the opinion on Kerala Blasters defense. Coming to
One
mid,
minute, I'll just like to stop you for just one thing. We have Murli here, who is a Chennai FC fan. So, Murli, like, would you like to say some words on NS Sipovic? Like, he was there in your team last
Yeah,
season.
Inasipo is also one of the favorite center back on that time when he was playing in Chennai FC. He was a warrior in first few matches. He played very well against top teams, and he tried to win the headers in the set piece. Unfortunately, that headers were not in much targeted, and later he got some injuries and cards due to his form was up and down on that season. But he's a very good centre back on my view. But his height was one of the disadvantage for the Inasipovic because he can't run faster than a striker. Many times I've seen that many strikers were surpass him away so easily and they scored many goals. For example, the last Northeast United FC second leg match, he did a mistake, but it was costed as Luis Machado. I think a player scored a
no,
goal easily
Dashawn,
and the match was drawn.
Dashor Brown.
Deshaun Brown.
Yeah, Dashon Brown.
Deshaun.
Yeah,
So he is a fine center back, but he is lacking in the speed, which can be a problem for KBFC in this
Hmm.
season.
mm, okay.
Okay, sure.
Jeremy, you can add on the
Continue with
midfield
the
department.
midfield.
Yeah,
okay, the midfield department is quite well because of where there is many good players like Sagal Abdul Samad and Rahul KP. Rahul KP sometimes he come to the midfield also, and Luna. Speaking about Luna, he was the surprise inning of Kerala Blasters because nobody
Hmm.
expected him to be the part of the team, and he did some good works with the Melbourne City and was very good in the pre-season phase of the team, and I also think that he's also well connected with the players of Kerala Blasters, and he's also having a good sync. and I expect him to be one of the captain of Kerala Blasters, like what Sido does, and because unfortunately we miss Sido, and I hope that Leona will take his place as an attacking midfielder, and he will do good attacks, and he passes throughs and other. Uh, he did a good part in the game because his passes are very good when we look his play style also, and he is well connected with the young players. Then about other players, that Indians are also very good because there's lots of good players in the Kerala Blasters. But last year and all, we see that there was a lot of confusion how to use the players and when. And if this players, if this bench of players was given to a coach like Abbas or Sergio Lovera,
Yes.
we could have seen good results than last season because I respect Ibu and his tactics and all, but
Yes.
there was some unfortunate things because when he finds some one player for a specific position, he may be out of fit. His fitness may be disadvantage for him, disadvantage
Hmm.
and such that. But I am hoping that this season the all players will be fit for the match, and some players are very good,
Right. Uh,
especially Cabra. Cabra is also a
hmm.
very good player. He's also having sorry, I have to go to a place urgently, so I am now I'm leaving. And when once
Okay.
I reach my home, I will connect you back. Okay.
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 Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Fine.
Sure. So, Juni, I would like to ask a question to you. Like, how would you fit Adrian Luna and Sahal Abdul Samad in the same team without harming their performance? Because they both play in the same position and
Same
both are
position.
top
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that both have much potential, and Adrian Luna, when he, I think, I mean, when he's off the team because of some injuries, I think mainly think that Sahal will get less chances because of Adrian Luna. It's my
Hmm.
opinion only. All is in the hands of Ivan Komanovich. I think
Right.
Sahal will be a less option on the starting 11, and Adrian Luna will make the starting 11 because Ivan Komanovich is already impressed with his performance on the Durand Cup. Um, I
Okay.
mainly was impressed by his performance at Durand Cup, and I'm hoping that Adrian Luna will become the best midfielder of the year in this season.
Hmm.
But as we come to Sahel Abdul, he scored in the SAF Championship final, and both are pretty much potentially good players. So Ivan Mukamenes will be very confused on that. Adrian Luna, I think he's the main face on the starting 11, but Sahal Abdul Samad is also an option there. So it will cause a confusion to Ivan Mukamenes in the team selection.
Okay, one more question, somewhat negative, but if somehow uh, it happens to be that none of your foreign players is striking, even Luna fails to strike, so then which player you will count upon to provide that midfield link and score goals? Because it happened with Chennai last season. They had good strikers, but they had midfield too, but they failed to strike and score goals. So I want
Hmm.
to address that point also. Uh, if somehow Luna fails to score goals or creative abilities fails to uh, uh, do the required results, so what will you add upon that aspect? Any Indian midfielder which can provide that link?
Yes, so there's only one option left. If that's the matter, it's only Sahal Abdul Samad. I said so that both are playing in the same position, and if Adrian Luna fails, he is a foreign player, so he has a majority there than the Indian players. And if Adrian Luna fails, I think Ivan Ukamane still try and try hard to make him at form.
Hmm.
As I said, actually, Sahal Abdul Samad will get less chances. And you said that if Adrian Luna gets less chances and was unable to score goals and perform good in the season, there's no option left. I would really prefer
Pick
Sahal.
Sahal only. Okay.
No, even for scoring goals, Rahul KP is also very good. Like
Yes.
Yeah,
he
Rahul.
can provide goals from the wing.
Mm.
Like we can't expect him to score 10 goals in a season, but maybe we can expect him to score 3 4 goals in a season.
Yeah, he's basically the Changte on the right, who can
Exactly.
score.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Other right wingers are not that well in the scoring department, especially with Udanta. So
Hmm.
okay,
So moving on to the forward line now.
okay,
So forward line, they have gone with three foreigners in the forward line, and they have only one center forward who is Indian. So that is Anil. So I don't think he'll get many chances, but there are three center forwards. One is Jorge Pereira Diaz, who is an Argentinian player, and then we have Alvaro Vasquez, who is Spanish, and obviously we have Chencho Galdsen, who is from Bhutan. So who completes the Asian quota of the team. So uh, Kerala Blasters have gone with a full foreign lineup up front, like they did even last season with Hooper and Murray.
yes,
So like last season, I think Hooper did not perform according to the
expectations.
expectations, because Hooper had the highest market value or the highest salary, something he had, but Hooper didn't perform as well. But Jordan Murray did very well for Kerala Blasters,
Even
and
after he was injured half of the season actually.
yes,
Hmm.
Jordan Murray did very well, and Jordan Murray bagged himself a move to Jamshedpur, and I think he will do well there too. That is not a problem for him. But coming here, I think Kerala Blasters has gone with a full foreign lineup, and they will do something good with these players, because these are experienced players and they have scored goals wherever they have gone, if I would say.
So
So this
yeah,
like
Nirmala, I want
hmm.
to ask you which player you will start, or whether it's Diaz and Alvaro together, or it's Chencho.
See, I won't start Chencho, because I Chencho has played in the ISL previously with Bengaluru FC, if I'm not wrong, and Chencho hasn't been very good in the ISL. And I would go as far as to say that of all the foreign players in the like of all the Asian players in the league, Chencho is the weakest, I would say,
Okay.
because Chencho hasn't been very good. If I would if I would add here, so he has a very good record in the I League, and he is one of the best strikers in the I League. But when it comes to the ISL, he hasn't performed very well.
Okay.
So I would have to choose between Alvaro Vasquez and Jorge Pereira Diaz, and both of them have good records, if I would say. Alvaro Vasquez, I mean Jorge Pereira Diaz comes directly from the Argentinian league, and Alvaro Vasquez comes from.
Platinice.
Huh?
A club named Platinice from the
Ha, ha, ha.
Argentinian league.
It was Platinese. And yeah, Alvaro Vasquez comes from the Spanish second tier. So they have he has also the experience of playing in top teams like Espanyol or Zaragoza, and he has done well. The thing is that his age is only 30, and I say only 30 because uh, the other top strikers in the league, like even Roy Krishna, his age is 34.
Yes. Or Ogbeche is 37 or 38, I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the age would be a good thing for these two players, because both Alvaro and Jorge Pereira Diaz both are like 31, 30, 31.
Hmm.
So that would be good for the team, because they will be able to run around more. 30, 31 is like they are like their prime is just gone,
Just
or
gone.
like they are just reaching their prime.
Yeah.
So these two are good additions. But last season also, Kerala Blasters didn't suffer because of Hooper and Murray, because Hooper and Murray didn't score much, but they scored enough goals.
Hmm.
But they suffered in defense
Defense.
basically.
So Murli, what will you add in the striking department, and your views about the recruitment of the Kerala Blasters in that department, especially?
Hmm.
Kerala Blasters are currently sent two center forwards, as you said, George Diaz Pereira and Alvaro Vasquez. Both are good striker, in which George has a Malaysian league experience also, which can be useful for KBFC, and Alvaro is very good striker. As I seen his videos, he was fantastic on the goals. Last season was there, as you said, the last season KBFC were suffered by the defense only mainly because
Hmm.
their goalkeeper was not much experienced in ISL, and the foreign centre backs, the African duos were not performing well on that time,
Hmm.
and there was certain changes were also taking place on the time in the defense, which lead up to massive collapse of the KBFC defense on last season.
Okay,
Yes,
Juni,
very right.
your views about the striking department. Is Juni there? Juni, are you there?
I don't think Juni is there.
Okay, so you had upon your views
Huh.
about that department.
So the as he said, as Murli said, that Jorge Pereira Diaz has played in Malaysia. So he played for Johor Darul Tazim, a club which is like much linked with in Indian football,
Yes,
especially because Bengaluru FC had defeated them in the 2016 semi-finals
yes.
of the AFC Cup, and he played for Johor Darul Tazim in 2018. He has played in the like he has been there from 2015 actually.
So he also scored against BFC, a header goal.
Yeah, yeah. So Jorge Pereira Diaz in the AFC Cup, he just has in one match he has one goal and one assist.
Hmm.
In the Malaysian Super League in 2018, he has played four matches and he has scored two goals. Similarly, in the 2016 AFC Cup, as you said, in four matches he scored four goals and two assists. So that
So
is more than one goal contribution every game.
every game, yes.
And he has also played in the AFC Champions League qualification, but he hasn't scored many goals.
Hmm.
So whatever. So this player comes with ISL with Asian experience, and he has he does not have much to prove actually.
Hmm.
So Kerala Blasters will be hoping that he performs and will be hoping that he scores against BFC again.
So
So
Kerala Blasters is fully dependent on the foreign contingent in scoring departments. They
yeah,
have
like
don't have
because uh,
any Indian striker in that
n-
department
no,
also.
because what I have seen in the past seasons of Kerala Blasters is that Sahar Abdul Samad has been either played out of position, and when he has been played out of position he has not been very consistent,
Hmm.
and that is obviously down to the coach who is playing him on the wing, because he is not a winger. So Sahal Abdul Samad's consistency is hurt by that. Rahul KP has had just one season, so I can't say that automatically he will become something great in one season. So it will take time for him to. So apart from the foreigners, I don't think goal scoring will come,
Hmm.
because goal scoring is something that you need to win matches. So maybe like I don't think like there are like with Rahul KP you can expect 2 3 goals, 4 goals in one season. Similarly with Sahal Abdul Samad you can expect 4 goals in a season, 4 5 goals, or at least contributions. So like with that less amount of goals, I don't think that they will go with these two. Like with an Indian front line, they will obviously have the foreigners playing.
Hmm. Okay. Your views, Murli, on that department. The
The
dependency of
striking depart
foreign players. Dependency on foreign players, basically, the topic is.
the I think the all ISL clubs are always dependent on the strikers and foreign
Mm.
strikers, as you said. But my concern is on the KBFC is that they are over depending on the strikers mainly. They suffered because of this last season, and second, and they are the 2019 season, they again was they were dependent over dependent on the strikers, which costed them very much on that time. The Indian core was not good in KBFC, which be the one of the problem for these goals not coming from Indians. As I said, as Rahul KP was there, he was a fantastic winger, but he need to score the goals. It is important for him to take a place in India and KBFC on on a permanent playing level.
Hmm. Okay. So basically, the point is that the dependency of Kerala Blasters is justified for the scoring. But if somehow their strikers fail, they don't have any substitute to that. So wingers have to step up and score goals,
Yeah,
or
four goals.
midfielder.
Yeah,
Mm,
that is
like
it. But I
yeah,
don't think that with the experience in Asia, at least Alvaro Vasquez has, or
uh,
even with
Diaz
the
has.
amount of Diaz,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
Diaz has.
Hmm.
So with the experience Diaz has, and with the experience even Alvaro Vasquez has, I don't think they will fail in the ISL, to say the least.
Uh, okay.
They might score less goals than expected, but they will score goals.
So it all
This to me
yeah.
looks like a very attacking and a very good front two,
Hmm. Okay.
and they can be played together. Like
So
if the coach can sacrifice one of the centre backs for Harmanjot Khabra or for Jixan Singh, who has previously played at centre back.
center back. Joni, are you there?
Like if you are there, can you please respond? Huh.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
ready
there.
to score.
I would like to ask you a question, Juni. So
Yeah.
you are a Kerala Blasters fan, and for every club, they would expect that their club wins trophies and does great. But what would be a realistic expectation for your club this season?
Sorry. I will turn off the camera because
Yeah, sure,
currently
sure.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, like every club's expectation, they will win the trophy. Kerala Blasters FC fans are also depending on that hope, like they will um, make a good contribution in the ISL. Like all players will do a good contribution in the ISL, and it will lead them to the trophy. Yeah, and if I say so, the foreigners that like Chenjo, I think Chenjo will start mainly start, but Alvaro Vasquez, Jorge Pereira Diaz, and the midfield, uh, Adrian Luna, they will be a midfield attacking trio, like them three of them
Hmm.
will be a good trio. They will sync well. I think they will sync well, and um, Adrian, if I say Adrian Luna will provide more passes to the, as I said before, Adrian Luna will provide more passes to the attacking position. And let's come to the point. Kerala, as of every season, realistic hopes are Kerala FC will surely win the trophy. That all seasons we will say like that, and the fans will say, haters will say that on all seasons you will say that, and you don't get a chance on the top four. But this year, we are surely expecting more from the club and hoping much on the players.
So this question we also asked to other club fans that if your club fails to make it to the top four, what you will expect
Huh.
then, and what were your reaction that time? Because there is nothing guaranteed, and other teams are playing well too. But
Yeah.
on the fans department, there should be a realistic approach. Often we don't see that, but it should be so. I am just asking your realistic approach in that regard. If somehow your club fails to make to the top four, what fans will expect them to in next season, and what will be your reaction failing to make the top four?
Hmm.
Yeah, if we didn't don't make it to the top four, like, as you can see that in that 2016 we have gone to the finals, and ATK Mohan Bagan beats us, and we was like what can say, we was shocked on that defeat, and we struggled hard for the final of that season, and ATK just striked, and it was like a shock. But this season, if we don't make it to the top four, we fans are ready to wait till the moment arrives. Yeah, if we say that all Kerala Blasters FC fans, we Keralians are ready to wait for Kerala Blasters FC for its pride, back to its pride. And if we don't make the top four, we won't be surprised. We are ready to wait for them. We are
Okay.
ready to make contributions to the ISL, and they will surely win the ISL title for us.
So basically, you expect them to finish top four, but if somehow they don't, you won't be surprised in respect to the quality other teams have. So okay, that front is sorted. Anything you want to add, Nimlia, on overall aspect of the Kerala Blasters and their recruitment?
I would like to add this thing only that I also think they will finish somewhere in 4, 5, 6, like in these positions. Like what, like in the first 3 seasons, Kerala Blasters reached the final in 2 seasons,
Yes,
and that was because like they had someone like Sandesh Jhingan. Sandesh Jhingan is a Indian centre back, and if you play that centre back with the 5 foreigners rule back then, so the manager can easily play 5 players, one centre back, and play 4 players up front.
yes, four
But
foreign
after
players.
but after Sandesh Jhingan's ACL injury in 19 in the beginning of 1920 season, since then Sandesh Jhingan has not been replaced. It has been 2 seasons now, and they have still have not found a replacement. This season they have brought in Harmanjot Khabra, I think, with a expectation that Harmanjot Khabra can start at centre back week in week out.
Hmm.
Because with the 4 foreigner rule, if they go with 2 defenders and 2 strikers, then they won't have a midfielder.
Okay.
So that is where the Kerala Blasters have been lacking actually.
Hmm.
So I think that for like reaching the top four would be a good expectation for them, and they could reach the top four because their striking department at least is good enough to score goals.
Hmm.
And again, whatever we are saying is based on the team on paper,
Yes.
but we have not seen the team play.
Hmm.
The team which played in the Durand Cup is not the team that will start in the ISL.
ISL. Okay. Hmm.
So we don't know basically, and
Hmm.
we don't know for every club actually,
Hmm.
except a few clubs like ATK Mohun Bagan who have played the AFC Cup, or like
Bangalore FC.
or like
Somehow.
Bengaluru
Yeah.
FC.
Hmm.
So like this is all speculation, but I think like the Kerala Blasters have a good chance to finish in the top four. But if they finish mid-table as well, I don't think it will be a loss for them,
Hmm.
because with whatever squad they had last season, they did really poor.
Hmm.
So they have to. So any like mid-table would be a big improvement.
Okay. Your views, Murli, on that department? मतलब overall approach of the team and their recruitment, and what do you expect from the team? Will they finish in the top four or somewhat 4, 5, 6?
I have two expectations from KBFC this time. I think they will reach top four easily if they play very well, or they suffer from the injuries or the out of form of some foreign players or Indian players. They will again bottom. They will stay in the bottom of the table because the Indian core was not changed much as the last season, and foreigners are
I think we have lost Murli
magic.
somehow.
Murli also.
Uh,
Murli, are you there?
Yes, bro, I'm there.
Okay.
okay, okay. Say, speak.
As a KV, I have two expectations in which they will go the top four or they will bottom again if they fail to do the performance which they need to do, because KBFC is management is currently under pressure after their rival club Gokulam Kerala FC won I-League title last season,
Hmm.
and after that, both of the fans were fighted in the many social medias, as I seen many things, and KBC fans also wanted their club also win the trophy for them and qualify for the AFC Cup or ACL, but the Indians need to perform well as the striking foreigners, because they mostly suffer from the Indian core also last season.
Yeah.
It is one of the problem for them.
Hmm. Okay. So
So
overall
final.
approach would be that Kerala Blasters, if their foreigners or Indian core performs well, can surely be the contender for the top four spot. But if somehow they fail to do that, then bottom of the table uh, is not too far for them also, because they have experienced that in the past too. And if a striking department fails, and with the four foreigner rule this season, the dependency on the striking department is much more. And also
Hmm.
we have seen that Chennai and FC were dependent on the foreigners to score goals, but failed last time badly. And they lost
Yeah.
the matches with a one goal margin often, and drew 1-1. So they lost point on that department. Kerala Blasters need to be worried of. And with the other teams uh, maintaining their core, and also adding Indian players in the core, like PFC
Hmm.
added Jay Rane and other players. Uh, KFC don't have much players, so they all dependent on the foreign contingent, Adrian Lola or Sahal Abdul Samal, to
Hmm.
do the magic. So overall, I see them in the top four if they perform well, because Diaz is a good player. So if Adrian Lola can be sync with him
Yeah.
rightly, and do the things they want, so they can surely be in the top four. But I do worry about their defense, because overall defense will be dependent on the Indian player if you want
Hmm.
to have midfielder, foreign midfielder or striker. So in the defense, they don't have a dedicated defender with experience. And recent form of Abdul Haku and Nishu Kumar haven't played, so it will be a big worry in defense too. So I just want to add that they can be in the top four only if all the things go right for them. Otherwise, it will be somehow similar to the last season for them, and they can finish somewhat sixth, seventh in the table.
I think they have a much better team than last season. So I think even if things go wrong, they will finish at 4, 5, 6 because their team is actually good. So, and when I say the team is good, I mean a few Indians and the foreign code. I mean the starting 11 of Kerala Blasters.
Hmm.
They
Yes,
don't have much depth,
depth in the team. Yes.
and this lack of depth can cause them in the like full league.
Hmm.
Well, that might be a problem, but I have some hopes on Kerala Blasters this season, and I think the fans of Kerala deserve some good results after what they have been through for the past few years,
Few
since
years. Yes.
2016 basically, whatever they have been through. So I think, and with the kind of like, even if it was some other club, then maybe it would have lost fans due to the performances of the club. But Kerala Blasters fans are very passionate, and that is why like they have been with the club through their tough times. So I hope that the good days for Kerala Blasters are coming up in the
Yes.
future. It might be in this season only, but I think it is coming up, and in the hands of Ivan Vikonamovic, they have a good coach, and they can trust the coach. So I and with a few of the training like preseason matches happening in Kochi, which had happened in Kochi, they had some fans attending the matches. So I think we're seeing that the coach and the foreign players got a feel of how Kerala is passionate about football. So maybe they will give more of their heart into the matches, and I think we can expect a much better Kerala Blasters this time.
Okay, Murli, you want to add something?
I hope they will do better in this season the because I'm seeing the foreigners were very good this season. I hope they will do better and qualify for the playoff.
Okay. Overall, I want to say that if they perform well, or if all the teams perform, there will be a competition in finishing top four, which haven't seen in the past few seasons. Especially top six always remained a level above the lower teams. Whether it's you see last season where Bengaluru, Jamshedpur FC, even Bengaluru had the bad season, but there were chances that they might qualify for the top four. But we
Hmm.
haven't seen in the lower group teams like Kerala Blaster, East Bengal FC, and Odisha FC. They were very much below in the points table, and they haven't gained enough points. So if they perform well, and I do hope they perform well, there will be competition in the teams, whether it will be
Yeah.
draws and the wins. So the top four fight will go end to the will uh, will be end to end, or
Yeah.
we will only get the confirmation at the end of the season. So
Yes.
yes, so in that department I do see them a potential top four sport team, but in a pragmatic way, there are other teams which can hamper their run in that, and hopefully they do well. And we wish the Kerala Blasters and their fans good luck in the coming season, and their team perform well, and give them the, the desired happiness they desire, and it will be a great addition to the ISL also, because if some teams doesn't play well, there are apprehensions about the quality of the league. So it will also be good for the league. So anything you want to add, Murli or Nirmala, on that department?
I won't like to add anything because we are now just repeating things.
Yeah.
And unless we see Kerala Blasters in the first match against ATK Mohun Bagan, I don't think we will be able to judge better
Hmm.
from that match. And as I think, in my opinion, ATK Mohun Bagan is one of the best teams this season
Hmm.
with the additions they have done. So I think that Kerala Blasters will face their toughest opponent in the first match.
Hmm.
So we'll face one of the toughest opponents, if I'm not wrong. So uh, that match will tell us a lot about how Kerala Blasters will do
Hmm.
through the course of the season, and I wish them good luck.
Okay. Same here from the me too. That Kerala Blasters do well, and the interest in the league and the competition rises again. Like we were missing that in the past few seasons. And Murli, you want to add anything, or else we just finish it off?
Yeah.
For me, KFC is unknown team because we didn't see the potential of the foreigners
Hmm.
in the starting of pre-season against the local club Kerala United FC
Hmm.
and Durant Cup. So we can wait and watch on the first match of KBFC against ATK Mohan Bagan. They currently played the AFC Cup with a heartbreak loss against Nasab, and they were looking for a bounce back this season to get the trophy. Let's see
Mm.
if they all depends on the first match of the season for them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So this is all on our part, and thank you for joining in, and subscribe the channel, like and share,
I would
and
like to.
comment below the your views on the Kerala Blasters FC, and we will surely address the
Mm.
questions in the next episode. And thank you for joining in.
I would like to add
Yeah,
one thing. So we had Juni and Jeremiah
yeah,
from the Tacticians, which is a like football page which they have opened
yeah,
recently. So they are also Kerala Blasters fan. I think because of some internet issues and Jeremy being out, out of home, so maybe they couldn't be there for till the end of the session. So I think Saurav will link the Twitter of the tacticians
Yeah,
below
I will add in the description.
in the description box, so you can check them out too.